One-owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. And I don't know if I'm going to do this on glass or this or glass, or however you want to say it. So, we got the Volvo here, and I'm turning on the Google Glass. So, what I'd like to do is an entire video of the headlights. And one-owner car guy, oneownercarguy.com. And what I'd like to do here is a walk around to the headlights. Now I got a real camera, and I got a Google Glass camera, and that was a weird switch around. Should have went like this. You know, nice and easy. But I don't have that ability here. So, what I got for you here today is headlights, and what we should do to them. Lots of people like to use the whole toothpaste. Well, toothpaste ain't that good. Toothpaste will work on some stuff, kinda, sorta, but toothpaste ain't that good. I'm gonna go ahead and do this with the sandpaper. And when I say with the sandpaper, we're talking a P800 wet dry. Here's some nice soapy water. Now what I should do, drag this around right up on it. Now I ran out of tape, as you may or may not be able to see. So I put black electrical tape around the lens, and all you're doing is guarding what you got there. But take your 800 and just start sanding. And you'll see that yellow start running off of here in a minute. And there's big arguments everywhere about, should I go this way? Should I go that way? How should I do this? Dude, it's 1,000 grit, 800 grit. Not much to it. But it's enough to take this crap off. That's for sure. Now, when you're done, you're going to be left with all these teeny tiny scratches where there no need to be. And they're so small, they're not really something you see. But on a lens like this, more often than not, you're going to not give it the crystalline finish you want. Well, it doesn't take much at all. There's kits out there you can buy for your drill, which will work, but they're 15, 20 bucks. This is a piece of sandpaper that you can use many times over for a deal like this. Now, as far as this way, or this way, or this way, all three, just do it. Just get in there and grind it up. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm going to do for a video here. Is just show you when I sanded this down. Yeehaw, huh? Now the two ways you can get this tiny scratches out is going to be number 1, buffing, and number 2, clear coat. It really matters none which one you use. Just even it off before you stop, because I can see right in there that I wanted to do a little more. So I'm wondering, just on that type of a thing, you'll see between, oops, I got it tied around that and that it came a lot cleaner. Just from here, it's a matter of if you want to clear them or buff them. I've also got a piece of valves in here, and I'm going to go ahead and go over it with that as well. It's not needed. You could go 1,000. You could go 8,000, 15, 2,000 if you really wanted to. And you're basically putting scratches on top of scratches on top of scratches. There we go. Okay, now I gotta get the hose on. It's okay, girl. Without just correcting it. You can see it all running. Okay, so that's 1. I'm here. Can't dance. Might as well show you number 2. This will be your last before and after though too. In fact, I'm going to turn the camera off and do it different. Back with you and ready for light number 2. That's all there is to say about it. So, I gotta grab one more thing. I got a piece of 3,000 here. I don't think I'll upload the other part on that camera because you're not going to see it. And I'm just rubbing some 3,000 on the whole surface too. Well, I'm at it. Each step does make some difference, for sure. What will I do in the end on this as far as clearing or buffing? I really don't know yet. I don't. When I started, I was probably thinking about buffing. The farther I go, the more I might be thinking about clearing if I have it in stock. Okay, well, sometimes these videos are a lot to talk through. Cansoup.com. check that out. And OneOwnerCarGuy.com, of course. TinyBeagles.com for the beagles. One job I do where my fingernails actually come away cleaner in hands. Okay. Keep your paper wet, to say the least. And soapy water, not just regular water, soapy water will always work best on this. So there's no need to buy the big kits or to have a drill. Some people don't have a drill. I've been asked if you can use them if you don't have a drill. What do you do? Sit there and spin that thing around in a circle? No. Just go to your body shop supply place where they sell paint. Some Napas and AutoZones have them. And ask for wet dry sandpaper or wet by the sheet. Be able to buy a sheet each. I'd get 800 and I'd get probably 1,500. Or just 8. Or just 1,000 if you're only going to do the stuff with no buff. But it's very important, I think, to buff because else you'll just be dull without it. I mean, you've sanded scratches in all of it. Now there's a happy medium here between making a camera work and making glass work. That looks a lot better. I'm going to go ahead and put my 1,000 on it. You won't be able to tell as much difference here either on the 1,000 because you've already sanded through most of the issue. Yeehaw! Step 3. The 3,000. Oh well, for me at least. And why I'm using 3,000 is because I had it left. Actually, had it left meaning I picked it up from David the other day. The guy that's renting my warehouses from me. He's a painter and we may be doing some stuff. Just over there yesterday we walked around and you'll see the walk around video with him. Okay, there we go. The point is he had a half a piece of 3,000 and I figured not. Okay, that's how it's going to look until you do more to it. And that means actually go ahead and you see it drying there, and that's what you're going to get unless you do some more stuff to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff them, actually, I believe. We'll see what happens here. If I cut into them to buff them and it don't do what I'm wanting, I'm gonna have to let them dry and paint them anyways. So we shall see. One on the car guy, one on the carguy.com. Halfway there. Well, I'm back in a way. I only got a cap full of this. And you can see, well, you can't see, but it's really gritty. And I'm just gonna do it with a cap full. As you can see, it's fogged up some on the light. And we're gonna see exactly in person how much of this you can rub out by hand without having power tools. Which for some people is quite the thing they may want to do. Because not everybody has your power tools ready. I'm trying to get ready to go. Forgot to record! I got this, and we're doing half the light. By hand. For those of you who don't have power tools. There's just, you can still do it, it'll still look good. But honestly, in some things, pretty hard to replace a power tool. And for the buffing on this, it just so happens it's one of those things. I feel so buff when I get done doing this. Okay, well that's pretty much what you get if you don't have a drill. It's totally fine. I'm gonna see how it dries actually. Touch it up a bit. Like my buddy said yesterday, just clear them. He's right. You could just take clear coat, even a can from Walmart. Clear coat these suckers. And they'll look fine. And for those who say I'm using too much of my product here, you're right. I look at the camera even if I'm doing glass and the camera. Okay. That is by hand. Let's see what we came up with. It's not going to be the absolute most perfect one, but that is a pretty good deal. I'm going to let that dry for a while because I've got a wet rag I've been working with, so I'm still getting it a little wet. Let's look at it. You can tell. Oops. It's a lot clearer than this side, for sure. A lot clearer. But the question is it as clear as I want it? We'll see. We'll see. So that's the system. Very easy to do. Okay. This one here, I'm actually going to be doing by buffer. So we'll see the difference. Now, one thing, you can burn into it with a buffer very easily, and then have to try and fix that. Which I have just done. It's raining. I have totally burned into that right there in 3 places, and it just simply turned up a lot more than I wanted it to. The only way out of that is to touch up the areas as lightly as you want to. You can go all the way back to 8 if you want, but there ain't no need to. And come out pretty easy with this 3000. If you do go back to 8, that's all you got. No big deal either. But the key point here is, don't get carried away and let your stupid digital thing get turned up too high. That's all, huh? Now, other than that, it ain't gonna matter here. I got this stuff everywhere. It ain't gonna matter here much to tie it in. So I'm gonna tie it in. I wouldn't go above 1500. 2000 max, and I wouldn't put a whole lot of pressure on it at that speed. Okay. Now you can see the one I buffed, and you can see the one I didn't buff. Big difference. I'm going to actually get down and show you just how crystal clear that one is compared to that one. Not for long. You just got to get a bit of a shine on it. You cut through it all. And I'll tell you, depending on the surface, it'll act like it wants more RPMs. It really doesn't. Wow, I'm getting some extra out of this. That grill looks way better now. Okay. I believe I'm done and have done what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna shut this off and clean up and say, damn, wish I was your lover and all that stuff. Well, no. Now I don't know who I'm talking to. I can't say that. That was just a song, damn it. They sure are brighter though. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you. OneOwnerCarGuy.com, cansoup.com, tinybeagles.com. One owner car guy, and I'll tell you what, when you get the best cameras you can get, next thing you know, you start having problems with battery life and cameras overheating and stuff. Now, I was just in a different area after I had a malfunction there, and I wanted to get a quick walk around of it in between, and then we'll get right back to somewhere around where we were because it's the next day now.